Hello guys, welcome back to the CSA Forex channel. It's a pleasure having you here, and this is a new week. Today we're going to be talking about swing highs and swing lows with respect to support and resistance. Most traders today have been battling with how to identify support and resistance levels. So I'm going to show you today, I'm going to explain to you today how to identify support and resistance levels using what we call swing highs and swing lows. Now, before we look further at this chart that we have right in front of us, and I picked this chart simply because it's a nice and trending chart. You always want to look for the charts that are easy on the eyes. And if I were to ask you what direction is this chart going, you would be screaming, of course, it's up, up, up. It's an uptrend. Simple. So in this uptrend, you need to be able to identify the swing highs and the swing lows that would help you to, draw your support and resistance levels. Now, we are going to be using a whiteboard for this purpose. And I'm going to show you in an uptrend manner how to look at the market using the swing highs and the swing lows. First of all, you have a move such like this, where it's moving from 1 to 2. So you can call 1 a low and then call 2 a high. And then it comes to this point here, right? I'll just do probably like 50% of this 1 to 2 move. And then from here, you can call this 3, and then it pushes higher in this manner. Now, you can see we have a low here, a high here, a low here, and then a high here. So if you look at what is happening very well, you notice that based on how the price is moving, it's making highs and lows. These are what we call the swing highs and the swing lows. So once you can identify the swing highs and swing lows, if you look at it from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, you can see the direction is what? It's up, just like the chart that we're looking at not too long ago. And then you'll notice something, that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you want, you can continue with here 6, right? And then you say it comes down in this manner or comes down in this manner or whatever the case may be, and then push higher. Now I'm going to show you something based on how price is moving that would help your eyes out to identify the support resistance based on what? Based on the swing highs and swing lows. And then probably in another video, I would explain based on the swing highs, swing lows to identify supply and demand. Because in as much as they are similar, they're also slightly different at the end of the day. Now, let me show you guys something. You can see that from this 1 all the way to 8, it has moved from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You would agree with me that the trend is what? It's an uptrend. So how do we identify the support and the resistance levels? I'm going to give you a quick clue. In this uptrend, what you want to look out for are the even numbers. You can see where the even numbers are placed, 2, 4, 6. So it is 2 we have over here. I were to like draw a horizontal line across it, you would understand much better now, right? Because you could use a horizontal line or you could use the rectangle box to put your support resistance levels. Now from here, we said in an uptrend in this manner, use the what? Use the even numbers to pick out your support. So this is what we have over here. Now we're picking it as support because price had broken it to the upside. I noticed that price came back here from 4, it came back here to 5, and then acted based on where the 2 was, and then it pushed higher. And then over here, this 4 also is meant to be, I repeat, it is meant to be an area of support simply because it has broken out from 5 all the way to 6. That means that we're expecting the price to come back to this point here where we should have been looking for buy opportunities in the market to take it up. But lo and behold, what happened? It ignored this 4 and went down to 2. And I'm showing you this simply because this clearly happens in the market where a level does not hold, but then it goes to another level, which is 2, which is known as support, and then pushes higher. Don't forget this 6 also, we can now call it support. We can call it support now simply because it has broken out over here. So now it moved from 6 to 7 and then 7 to 8, and it broke the 6 here, which was formerly resistance, now should turn to what? Should turn to support on its way back. So on its way back, this could easily act as support and give us our 9 and then push higher, or this could even fail here and then come back to 4, give us our support here at 4, and then walk and then push higher. Whatever the case might be, whether it's going to hold at 6 or hold at 4 or whatever the case is, or hold even at 2, you need to understand that support and resistance is based on the swing highs and the swing lows. This is what we're talking about over here. These areas that we're marking here. These swing highs and swing lows, you could also call them peaks and valleys. Well, some traders call them peaks and trough, or whatever the case might be. Peaks and valleys, you know how peaks and valleys look like. So this will help you to understand how swing highs, swing lows can be used to identify the support and the resistance levels. Now, I hope you understand this aspect that we have looked at here and that we have explained, because I'm going to dash quickly to the chart, and then we're going to look at this chart again, right? And then with its explanation, we're going to look at that USD chart again, and then you should be able to identify those levels of support and resistance. So let's dive back to the chart now, and let's see what the chart has for us again. And then at this time, things should be much, much clearer. Now, this is the chart that we have in front of us that we're looking at much earlier. Now, if you look very well, we have like some moves over here. And if you look very well, this move can be considered as like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that we're looking at earlier, right? Now, let me explain this. You could easily call this a 1, then call this a 2, call this a 3. And one thing you need to understand that this 1, 2, 3, 4, this movement, it could come in any manner. You can see that from here, from 1 to 2, 2 came back all the way back to 1, and then give us a 3, and then give us 4 over here. So if you look at it very well, just like the drawing that we did earlier, we did 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. We did stopping here and then pushing higher, which is 1, 2, and then 3. But in this case, you can see the 3 came back all the way back to 1, which can easily happen. Now we have 4 over here. Now from this 2, we're expecting the price to come back to 2 to act as support, but it didn't. And then the 5 was established here, and then it pushed higher past this 4. So this 4 here, you can see what I'm doing. This 4 here, we can easily call what? Can easily call support after it broke out. As it broke out, this is now 6 over here. Look at what happened. From 6 over here, price came down, so we can easily call this our 6 here. Price came down and bounced off this 4 how many times? A couple of times. And then at every point in time, it showed you that our support held strong. And then what happened from here? It broke 6. Don't forget this here, we can call this 7, right? Now, this is still within this support and resistance. So I will not add these ones as levels. These are just like levels inside the levels. So it's like saying you are inside a floor and you're going to the other floor. You cannot have a floor in between a floor. That's what we have over here. We can call this like floor 1, right? You can call this like floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4, and so on. So this is 6 over here. This is 7. 7 went up, got back to 6 resistance, and then broke out. This here should now act as support here. And look at what happened from here. Try to go down. So this is simply what can call this an 8. And then we have here as 8 in this manner. And then look, it tried to come back to 6, but it couldn't. It kept on bouncing off that 8, which is the resistance. And then lo and behold, it broke the 8. And don't forget, we call this our 9. And then here is 10, right? So this our 9, it did not get back to this 6 that we easily look at as a support area. Just like what we had over here, 3 did not get back here. So price could get back and it might not get back. And it might get back and then ignore that area. You can see now it's at 10. The logical thing to do is to wait for price to get back to 8. And then you look for an entry over here to take it back up to 10 and even past 10. But then price could fill this area of what? This area of 8. Don't forget, we are looking at the even numbers as our area of support. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this question and I want you to comment, under the video. So far, so good. Is this making sense to you? I need your response because trust me, this is a very, very simple approach to look at support and resistance. Now look at what we have here. We're expecting the price to come back to 8. It might as well fail the 8 and come back where? To 6. And then this now holds as what? This holds as support and then pushes higher back to the highest point of 10. Now, whenever a level like this fails at 8 as support, it fails over here and it goes back to 6. I'm actually even happy if I get an entry here and then it fails on me, because if I get an entry here, it's going to give me a much, much bigger take profits. Can you see what we are doing over here? So whenever you have a loss, do not let your emotions get the better of you. I'm going to round up this video here. I want you to watch this video multiple times. Once again, this is using swing highs and swing lows to identify support and resistance levels. Let me know in the comment section how this video was helpful to you. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's see how we can help you out further. Once again, happy new week to everybody. Make sure to trade safely if you're trading a live account, that is. And of course, make sure to ensure that your stop loss is in place and you use the proper risk management calculator. Okay, guys, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day and goodbye for now. Cheers.